Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're gonna get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So the first stock we're looking at here today is Humble on the daily time frame. And so there were a bunch of scenarios that we had played out for Humble. I have shown you guys the pattern that we are in. And so what we were looking forward to was actually a double bottom at around 75 cents. I said that once we got here, this was going to be the bottom. We have been trading in this triangle, and in the last couple days, we've actually broken down from this triangle. However, today we actually got our double bottom at around 75 cents, and this looks like a very nice doji candle. So if this is true and this is our double bottom, then this should be the last time we see prices this low. However, with the stock market, there are no guarantees. We could see price action go lower, but I did anticipate a double bottom, and from this point on, I do expect our price action to claw back into this triangle. So there's some lines here that you may be confused about, but I want you guys to understand that there is still some buffer time even within our pattern. So there could be multiple patterns that are happening, and so with these lines, I want you guys to know that from August 24th and the beginning of September, we could start to see some fluctuations. Overall, I still expect the price action to be in this triangle by the time this concludes. And so even by the time this concludes, by August 23rd, I expect the price action to claw back up into this triangle and then eventually claw its way back here to the upside. The reason I obviously say that is because of our accumulation. We have just been holding steady here for a very long time now. And so if we break down below this level of support, we are in no man's land. This would break the entirety of our uptrend. And so still nothing really to be concerned about Humble. Today was a great day to be a buyer of this stock. If you got the opportunity to load up at these prices, congratulations. We'll see tomorrow if we do hold this level of support. If we do, then you guys know that this was our double bottom. And so tomorrow is actually going to be a pretty big day. If we get a strong green day tomorrow, we know that we put in a double bottom, which then strengthens the case for our next bull run. However, if we get clobbered tomorrow and we actually get crushed on high volume, then it does look like this downtrend is going to continue here in Humble, and then there is no real distinct pattern with this stock, that we are just in a straight downtrend. And so I don't want to see that happen. That is the ultimate worst case doomsday scenario. And so with this double bottom today, let's get the price action back above and into this channel in the next couple trading sessions, because I think that's where we're heading here for Humble. Next stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the daily time frame. So Social Life Network has definitely bottomed. We've seen a bunch of green days on this one, but the stock is still trading very low, up 7.14% here today. You can see we broke our pennant, officially done with this one, and now we are starting to curl up. So right now I'm looking for resistance right now at this 008, 0079 level for this stock. Until then, this is in no man's land. And so if you are yet to get into WDLF, I would say these are great levels to obviously be buying up for the long term. But if you're a conservative trader and want a good entry point, and you want to know for sure that the tide has turned and we are actually on an uptrend, then what we want to wait for is a break of this level of resistance. And let me just add in our SMAs just to show you guys that right now we are still below our 50 SMA. We are above our 20, but we are below our 50. So our next step is to get above this 50, and then we will see definite resistance at this level of resistance. You can see both of our SMAs are coiled up together at this point, and so I do expect to see resistance here. So with WDLF, we are still in no uptrend yet. It does look like we have bottomed for the short term, but we need to break past this level of resistance to actually confirm a real uptrend. So be ready for that if you're in WDLF, so you guys know what to look forward to. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the daily time frame. So IGEN today was down 10%. Very tough day in my opinion. We actually closed below this level of support, and I do think it was also below our 50 SMA. Yeah, so we closed below our 50, we held our 20. Overall, this was a very tough close in my opinion for IGEN. However, when you see days like this, naturally you get discouraged at price action. Naturally you get discouraged at the stock. You wonder if this is a stock that you really want to be in. But then you get logical and you look at the volume and you say to yourself, this is relatively low volume for this stock, and if you look at the accumulation over distribution, it doesn't look like anybody really sold in these last 4 sessions that have been extremely red, and we've seen a very big fluctuation in price. So when I see this type of manipulation on a stock, I know these are the plays that I want to be in, because again, the stock is not the company and the company is not the stock. So a lot of people are fixated on the fundamentals. The company recently released a 10Q. People are fixated on certain things that relate to fundamentals, which I understand, but I'm more of a chart person. And so when I look at any sort of company, the first thing I do is I look at the chart. I don't do my fundamental research first, because if I do my fundamental research first and I go look at the stock chart and the stock chart looks absolutely messy, then I don't really want to be a part of that investment. But however, if I look at the chart first and there are a lot of things I like about the chart, then I go do the fundamental research and I figure out why the stock is down. And so most of the time it takes a while for the share price to catch up to fundamentals. In this case, what I want to see happen is price action catch up to the accumulation. So that is the biggest thing for this stock. You can see accumulation has just been going higher and higher every single day on this stock. However, our price has been going down and down. And so with our SMAs starting to level down, potentially coiling up here, this accumulation is the one thing that keeps me confident about this stock. As long as people aren't selling this, then I know eventually it is going to go up. So it's just a matter of patience and holding this stock. And so it was tough to see us close below the 50, but to see that it was on no volume and no distribution was a very great sign to me. Shows manipulation. Next stock of the day, we're looking at 88 Energy, EEENF. So this is a new stock on our explosive penny stock watch list. I have replaced MJNA and HYSR with EEENF and then another stock, DOC. So I'm gonna go over those here. The reason why we added EEENF, because remember, this is an OTC stock, and look at the accumulation on this stock, and it's a positive territory, and it's almost at $1 billion. So this is great positive cash flow, great accumulation on this stock. However, our MACD had a very bearish crossover. But what it looks like to me is that the price action is just going to consolidate until about August 24th. So today we actually closed right on top of our 50 SMA. And so because our accumulation is still so high, I want to see our MACD curl up in the positive range. And if it does, I do expect the stock to go higher. However, because we've had such a monstrous run here this year, be careful with stocks like EEENF. We have seen such great upside already. Stocks like this don't tend to just go up all at once, so you do see both sides of the story. And so as long as we are above this 50 SMA, we are in great health with the stock. You can see we are on a clear uptrend with this line, but today we did close below this. This pattern right here that we have, this triangle, expires here on the 24th. So if the price action is above this line after this date, then 88 Energy looks like a great play. However, if it's closing below this line after this date, then I think you'd have to wait and watch EEENF and just see a better opportunity to get in on this before you just go in and then it goes into a long-term downtrend and then you end up holding the bag. Next stock of the day, we're looking at RDGL on the daily time frame. So down about 3% and still trading in this triangle. You can see our price action. We got rejected by this level of resistance. We had multiple interactions for multiple days in a row, but we could never break past it. And so this does expire here around September 8th. And so if I'm looking at the price action, there's no real hurry into RDGL. Expect this to continue to trade in this little triangle, expect it to consolidate, and then look for a move around September 8th, September 9th. But right now we are just clearly just trading in this triangle, no real hurry yet on RDGL. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC. So ACDC, I made a video on this talking about this being a breakout stock for this week. Reason why I made that video is because we finished out this triangle and we closed above this level of resistance. However, today we actually broke down from this pattern, and so that was a very bearish signal. We still have a couple more days before we officially can start to panic, but if we get a couple more red days, this does not look like a breakout. This is going to look like a breakdown. And so be careful with ACDC right now. The setup looked extremely pretty. However, this close today can be attributed to weak markets. The markets were down heavily today, and so that could just be why we're down today. However, if this doesn't claw its way back in the next couple days above this level of now resistance at around 27 cents, it does look like this is going to be a breakdown, not a breakout. So be very careful with ACDC right now. We want to see great volume. If we get good volume and we move to the upside, then you know we are going to get a breakout. However, if we get lots of volume but the price actually goes down, you know we're going to get a breakdown. So we're getting very close right now with ACDC. So keep this one very close to the chest if you are trading for ACDC. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGA on the daily time frame. So again, SEGA right now is just in a downtrend like most OTC stocks, down 5%. Tough day in the market overall. Just remind you guys, the accumulation on this stock is absolutely extraordinary. Like you could see just the number. We're at 4 billion and this is a positive cash flow. So with SEGA, you know you have a long-term sleeper here. You know that in the long term the stock is going to do well, but this is just a downtrend that you have to be able to withstand, and these are the type of downtrends you see in the OTC market. They're very long, they're very draining, and they're very mentally exhausting, but that's just the name of this game that you signed up for if you are in investing. So with SEGA, I still like it. These are very cheap prices to be getting in on this stock, so if you're able to buy up, you should be. Otherwise, right now, wait for the price action to start show real strength and an uptrend before you actually hop in for a trade. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI, and so ALYI looks pretty doomed right now. And so we're down 11% today, and you can see right here I added a couple more levels just to watch, and so this uptrend right here is our very last level of support on our uptrend. So you can see at the beginning of this movement, this plays very nicely as a level of support. We got rejected right here and then we broke down. So this right here was extremely bearish. You can see the volume these last couple days have been crazy. And so now where I'm looking at price action, we should be looking at levels at around this point right here. We could find some support, I would say, at around 0138. Reason I say that, you could see we had some resistance here, and some resistance here. So overall with this stock, not much more downside in my opinion left here with ALYI, but we did break down from an uptrend. So there's no hurry to hop in on this stock right now. There is no setup right now that is bullish for ALYI in the short term. So this is just one of those ones you have to wait out if you are long and strong on this company. I right now don't have a position in ALYI, and so at these levels, even though the price is attractive for a long-term play, I don't want to get in on some of these plays just because of how the market conditions are. I am more looking at these as trading opportunities. Once I see a break of the 50 SMA, I hop in, get out, and then that's the name of the game right now with a lot of these plays. I'm not really holding many of these long and strong. There are a couple stocks like Humble, stocks like IGEN, stocks like WDLF. Those are stocks that I'm holding long and strong. Stocks that I'm looking to trade are those ACDCs, the RDGLs, and the stock that I'm going to show you guys right now, the DOC. DOC is going to be a sleeper stock. This is not an OTC stock. This is a TSX stock. So this you can be bought on your Wealth Simple. You can access the stock very easily. And I want you guys to pay attention to the stock because this thing is going to be a monster. First things first. Accumulation, absolutely insane. We're not only positive, but we are just been holding steady. You can see right here, clear chart pattern right here is a bull flag. We are on the bottom line of support right now with DOC. If you have the opportunity to buy the stock between $1.70 and $1.60, you should be buying this stock. The accumulation is in your favor. You know at this point in time, if the accumulation stays at these levels, this is going to break to the upside. So I still expect to see consolidation with this stock. This pattern does conclude mid-November, so expect to see more price action fluctuations around then. Until then, you should be loading up on these levels of support because as a trade, if you can buy on this level of support and then sell on this level of resistance at around $2, you are still going to make some decent upside depending on how much money you put into the investment. And so DOC is one of those plays that can turn from a trade to a long-term investment in my opinion. So don't sleep on this stock. Just look at this accumulation. It's not only positive, but it's been actually increasing as we have been going down. So this divergence is what I like to see for stocks. And so I wanted to swap DOC and EEENF because I think they have more potential than MJNA and HYS. So just off a technical basis, I don't want to keep talking about a stock that's already donezo. You could see the distribution just keep going down, continued dilution. So I don't want to talk about those type of plays. I want to keep you guys as on your toes with this explosive penny stock watch list and just give you guys the best names possible here. And so that is what I'm trying to do. Cloud MD Software and Services is a stock that I actually may make a video on, because I do think this is going to be a great long-term play for the future and in the health field. And so as of right now, I just want to go over the technical outlook, because we've already covered so much in this video that I don't want to talk about the fundamentals here. That will be saved for another video. And so there you guys have it. This was our quick little update on our explosive penny stock watch list. We've added 2 new stocks. We've taken out 2 stocks. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.